Good morning and happy hump day, folks. So let's get to my high act of kindness because there's something I need to talk about. Okay, so my low would be that. What would my low be? Well, I still feel a little bit sleepy. That's one thing. That plus it took me a long. I'm sad it took me this long to finally watch a stand-up special by Wong. Yeah, since she was gonna be on Hot Ones this week, I've heard a lot about Wong, but I've never seen any of her stand-up material, so figured I'd rather put up or shut up. My high is I did see Wong's new stand-up special, Single Lady, and it was great. There's several. Well, here's the thing: it's great, but it was exactly what I was kind of expecting. I'll explain what it is in a minute. And my act of kindness was I emptied and filled the dishwasher for my folks, emptied the dehumidifier, brought in the garbage off my folks. So yeah, did a couple things. So Ali Wong's new stand-up special, Single Lady. Now, for context, as I said yesterday, Ali Wong had two stand-up specials, and she was pregnant in both of them. And right now, her kids are both 8 and 6. That's literally what she said in the special. And as of now, she has just been recently divorced. And remember how I said earlier that this special was very good, but it was exactly what you'd expect? Literally every joke, to some capacity, was, about, being divorced. With some few heartfelt moments here and there. And some very self-aware moments too. I mean, listen, I've had one relationship ever my entire life, which was my senior year in high school. It lasted 3 weeks, and the only reason why it even happened at all was because she went to a different school than I did. That's pretty sad in a lot of respects. So, there are some things I'll probably say in this video that probably rub people the wrong way. Please take what I say with a grain of salt, because for all intents and purposes, this was a very good stand-up special. And I did have a lot of fun watching. I had some laughs here and there. It was great. But this special really did give me some perspective on a couple of things and validated a few things as well for me. Like, some of her jokes include how ever since she has been divorced, and she's even said in her special that she's still best friends with her ex-husband. So, I would imagine they're at least probably co-parenting, which is good. I mean, at the end of the day, the kids are important. No questions about that. Also, there were just some stories involving, meeting guys of, different guys after the divorce. And there was one guy that did nothing but bring, order of flowers after order of flowers after order of flowers. There was one guy that she was dating from Chicago who really was more like a bro and too young for quite a few things. She talked about how she dated an older guy who actually, first of all, she said she was on a dating app, and she met this one guy on the dating app who said he was 55 and really he was 60. And listen, this is about relationships. Of course they're going to talk about, of course he's going to have a joke or two about sex. I'm not going to spoil what they are, but they were definitely there. And they were funny. They definitely were. But one thing that did kind of validate, that validated something for me was, okay, this really is a me thing. And I'm pretty sure it's only a me thing because, of course, literally, I've seen so many guys who really are dumb enough and creepy enough to do this. But, okay, how do I put this? Since August of 2014, I haven't weighed myself in a while. We'll say I've lost 70 pounds, give or take. It's actually a lot more, but I had to get help, yada, yada, yada. Point is, I lost a bunch of weight and I kept it off. On the flip side of that, I ran 4 marathons, rode 4 100-mile bike rides for charity, and I've been making videos every day for the last almost 7 years. And with each passing day, I either become more and more transparent, or I just show off who I am. Like what you see on this camera, that is my overall personality. And there have been many people who have commented, that I'm a nice guy and, stuff like that. And I appreciate that. Or some people have even gone so far as to say I have a lot to offer, which, I mean, I don't know what that is, but I'm sure once I figure that out, everything's gonna become a millhouse when that happens. My point is, I've done enough, and I've been through enough. Even going so far as to tell you the story of, what made me contemplate suicide and what made me stop contemplating suicide. I like to think that at this point in my life, I've been through quite a lot. And I would still tell you that, for all intents and purposes, I really am a piece of shit. I am. I've actually come so very, very far. I would still tell you that, when it comes to dating, I'm probably not at the top of everybody's list. And that's fine. In fact, I can tell you right now, if there was a girl that I liked, and it turns out they were dating someone, and the guy that they were dating is like rich, with a big house, a fancy car, and they're probably like ripped with 6-pack abs, and she chooses that guy over me, I'd be like, you know what? You got me. Yeah, it's a little bit heartbreaking, but you know what? I respect it. Because you clearly found somebody who could give you what you want. That, sadly, I cannot. I mean, I'm glad you're happy, and that's awesome. For me, however, it's more frustrating when I've clearly been through what I've been through. And there have been times when a woman has chosen another guy over me. And not only did they choose another guy over me, but the guy is either clearly not as good looking as I am, not as nice of a person as I am, or both. In my life, I've gotten my heart broken 4 times. Like, truly, frustratingly heartbroken. 2 of them have been in 2024 alone. They were awful, but I always learned something from each and every one of those times. From the first time, I learned not to associate with people I have no business associating with. The second time, sorry to say, but I'm not choosing family over a woman ever again. I did that once, and honestly, of all 4 times, I would say the second one was the most devastating for me. It's actually one I still think about, for being honest. Thankfully, though, it was the third time where, at that point in my life, having been through that when I thought it'd never happen again, that if a woman chooses another guy over me, fine. I hope you're happy. I'm not going to pick up the pieces if it fails. I'm not going to pick up the pieces because you know what? I was right here. You clearly didn't choose me, and I'm not going to be anyone's second choice. I have enough self-respect to believe that. And then there was the fourth time that literally just happened back in, actually it wasn't long before I left for Colorado, where there was one girl I liked for a really long time. And, I mean, after I got my heart broken the second time, I didn't think there'd be anyone who could really, who'd fill that void. I was convinced this woman was it. And I really wanted to be respectful. And, it's easy to now slip into people's DMs online, social media. I didn't want to do it that way. If I want to meet a woman, I want to do it the right way. In person, talking face to face, getting to know her hopes, her dreams, her hobbies, her likes, her dislikes. I want to do all that. I want to do it in person, in real human conversation. Because is it really that much to ask for that? And turns out, the guy she's dating, and this really is and this is the me thing I mentioned earlier. The guy, I can't confirm this, but the guy looks like he's old enough to be your dad. That's actually something Wong mentioned in her stand-up special when she said the range of men that she could date will never be as big as it is now. She really could go as low as dating someone who's 25 years old. She could go as high as dating someone who's 55 years old. Which led to the whole fact that she met a guy who said he was 55 on the dating app and really he's 60 years old. Which again was a really funny story. Yeah, I want to do that. To this day, I still hold one standard, and that's that I never want to date anyone younger than I am. For the simple fact that A, it looks creepy. B, it really does make the woman look like, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It makes her look like a bimbo when she does. It absolutely does. I'm sorry. I'm probably going to rub some people the wrong way with what I just said, but that is the God's honest truth. It does. It makes the older guy look creepy, woman look like a bimbo, and plus, I'll be honest, what happened back in July, that's not the first time it's happened to me. There have been so many times where a girl I liked wound up dating another guy who not only was older, but because this was in high school, the guy had already graduated, he was long gone. I can tell you for a fact, only one of those relationships actually lasted. As in, the guy was much older, off in college, or wherever he was after you graduate, I'll get to that in a second, and now they're together forever. And they have at least, I think, 2 kids, and you know what, that's awesome. I can tell you why it worked out, though. Because the guy after high school, went into the military. See, normally when a guy goes to college, whether or not you tell yourself this, you're going to wind up going to college parties, drinking, and let's be honest, you're going to find women that are probably going to be hotter than the girl who's younger than you are back in high school. When you're in the military, though, you don't have time for any of that. You want to go out and party? Okay, just be sure to be back at base at 700 or however I think that's how it works. Basically, if you're in the military, you have to commit to the cause. You want to go out and party? I mean, I'm sure it's probably a lot more loose now, but I'll be honest, if I was in the military, and I'm glad I never was, no offense, because, support your troops, I don't think I'd be that kind of person. I really think, I'd be dedicated to following all the rules, getting all the work I'm supposed to do done in the Army or Navy or whatever faction of the military I'm in, and I would do just that. And I think that's what this one guy did, and that's why, he's with this girl forever. If you can commit to the military, you can commit to the love of your life. And that's awesome. But again, that's one time out of like the dozens where, again, a girl I like's dating an older guy. And, a couple years older, it's not too bad, especially when I think about it, it probably wouldn't have worked out anyway. But, okay, it's 2024. We live in a day and age where the concepts and practices of feminism are at an all-time high. We have shows that depict fictional characters, and many of them are strong, powerful women. We live in a day and age where men supporting women and women supporting women, doing that's at an all-time high as well. All of that, and still there are women with that little self-respect that they can't find someone who's at least close to their age. But no, they gotta date someone old enough to be their dad. And I know what some of you are thinking. Like, okay, Nick, what about the reverse? What if it's a guy who's dating someone old enough to be their mom? You know what? I agree. That is absolutely just as bad. You can make an argument that's worse. Actually, you can, but you really shouldn't, because even trying to do so would come across as sexist. Which, in some ways, yes, it is. But also, let's be honest. Men are stupid. They're the ones likely to go after poor young girls than the opposite happening. Especially when, especially when the guy himself is known to be a loudmouth, obnoxious asshole. Because here's the thing. I actually do know one couple where it is like a girl who's dating and now married to someone old enough to be their dad. The reason why this particular relationship works is because the guy really doesn't draw much attention to himself. In fact, I dare say he's so incredibly soft-spoken that I don't really remember what he sounds like when he talks. But you know what? That's a good thing. Because you know what? It's working. I mean, I don't find it creepy or annoying at all. In fact, they're a lovely couple. It's only when the guy himself is a loudmouth, obnoxious asshole, and the girl in question knows he's a loudmouth, obnoxious asshole, and everyone in the town around them knows that he's a loudmouth, obnoxious asshole. That's what makes her a bimbo, because you'd rather be with that guy instead of having some brain cells? Seriously. And I'm sure some of you are thinking, okay, Nick, what if a woman uses that exact same logic on you? What if you wound up liking a woman who's older than you are, but she says, I'm not dating anyone younger than I am? You know what? I respect it. I mean, I'd be a little heartbroken, sure. But you know what? I respect it. Because you know what? That's exactly what you want. Who am I to try taking that away from you? I mean, I actually wouldn't take that away from you, but, the point is I respect it. So, yeah. I mean, sorry if I probably, to be honest, this really should have been a more happy video. And for all intents and purposes, Ali Wong's Stand-Up special, Single Lady, I highly recommend you watch it. Because there really are some funny moments. In fact, literally it has one of the greatest endings to a stand-up special I've ever seen. Where, remember how I mentioned earlier, one of the guys that, tried to pursue her after she got divorced was the one that got all those arrangements of flowers? Ali Wong is dating that guy now. The guy, and he didn't just bring she was literally going on tours all over the world. and there'd be like a bouquet of flowers of some sort like waiting for her. Like, first of all, that's commitment. And you know what? She actually did call guys like me out. Because she said, if I were to tell that to any of my guy friends, they would think that he's a psycho. I'm not gonna lie. I really would have thought that. I absolutely would have thought that. I mean, personally, I don't know if I'd go so far as to send flowers. Really, like, first, here's what I would do. I'd probably get an opportunity to know her first. And then, like, when she left on tour, I would try calling her every day. Saying, honey, I had a pretty long day, but just want to let you know I was thinking about you. I hope you're having a good day, and I can't wait to see you again. Like, that's what I would do. Buying flowers, like, honestly, that's just too much. If I really were to do anything like that, though, I think I'd probably go, like, the middle route and just do candy. Everybody loves candy. Full disclosure, I actually got my parents candy for the wedding anniversary. It's not coming up yet, but it is going to be soon, so I already took care of it. I mean, I haven't given it to them yet, but when it's their anniversary, I totally will. So, yeah. If I said anything in this video that rubbed people the wrong way, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm sure that, there's more than one thing I said that really turned off some people. Just know that this is just my overall opinion. You don't need to listen to me. And if, for whatever reason, you have any problem with what I said, then by all means, please come and confront me. And do it in person, because if I think you're going to do it over social media, let's be honest, that's kind of a wuss move. It totally is. But this is just my experience. I'm sure there are plenty of other people who had just as bad, if not worse, experiences than I did. I'm sure that, I mean, to be honest, I was only just getting started. I mean, I mentioned the second time I got my heart broken earlier, it was a guy who clearly isn't as good looking as I am. It is. Like, the guy is like a gut, a double chin. He wears, like, this is just me, I'm not a hat person. He wears hats, and when he's not wearing a hat, he's rocking a pompadour. Are you kidding me? Listen, I like to think I do a good job of looking nice on camera. I can tell you right now, I could be wearing a wife beater, sweatpants, socks and sandals. I wouldn't shower, wouldn't put on deodorant, wouldn't brush my teeth, wouldn't do my hair, or I'd probably do something completely crazy like wear a cowboy hat. Shout out to Chelsea Handler. And I would still tell you I'm better looking than this guy. But again, that's just me. In regards to Ali Wong's stand-up special, I do highly recommend it. If you're going through some relationship problems or, you need some perspective on that sort of thing, give it a watch. I mean, that's what it did for me. Yeah. I hope you all like this video. If you like this, share on the YouTube channel, on social media. As always, I'm going to help me this video. For all you guys watching over there, we have a wonderful Wednesday. Remember, if you guys want to talk to me, let me back. Take care and make good choices. 6070 Bay, baby.